Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned in to Three Questions and a Song, the podcast where the title says it all, except for when it doesn't, because I never ask just three questions. This is episode number 78. It's a little crowded today. We did a PA rock show last night. That was number 620. And then we're doing Friendly Fire live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. That is at xrpradio.co.uk. That is episode 11 of that. And as always, you can find us streaming live 24/7 at buildascene.com/radio. This is, as I said, episode 78. And with me this evening for him, this afternoon for me, is Jussi Vuola. Did I get it?
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly. Nice to meet you.
You as well. And it's about, 9 o'clock where you are in Finland?
Yeah, 9 o'clock in the evening. So, and it's Saturday night, and it's perfect time for me.
This is I've interviewed a few people from Finland and Sweden and a couple other Scandinavian countries because of Michael, who we were talking about off the air, MTS Management. If anybody wants to look them up. So Jussi has a song that we're going to listen to later. It is called Under, Above, Orion, Venus Loves. And we'll get to that a little bit later. Those of you that have listened to Three Questions in the Song know that I have some normal questions for him, and then I'm going to have some odd questions that you're going to learn a little bit more about him as a musician through. So let's start with an odd one first. All right, so you are out on tour, and I'm driving your tour bus. What am I going to be playing in between tour stops on the radio?
Ooh, on a radio. Probably, at least if you're driving in Finland or let's say Europe, we are not going to listen to radio that much. It's different in the States when you have serious and a lot of good special radio stations. But I think you're gonna play old CDs like Thin Lizzy, Led Zeppelin, maybe Pink Floyd, some 70s prog, and not too much of the normal nowadays radio stuff. So maybe some C tapes, C cassettes as well. If we have that on our old bus. But something very vintage, not too modern, like mainstream radio stuff.
My daily driver is a 2003 Toyota Camry. I can play CDs and cassettes in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're a perfect bus driver for us then.
So Metallica has played at Antarctica, and Kiss has played in the ocean to sharks. What non-standard venue would you like to play at?
Ooh, maybe the space station then. I don't know if anyone's been there, but we could take that.
I actually get that answer a lot. The last person I asked gave the same answer.
Yeah. Obvious. That's a free ride to the space at the same time.
That does make sense. No, I'm gonna have to say, but you can't say this.
Well, if not that,
tell my students why it looks like the flag is moving in the wind when there's no wind.
Mm-hmm.
I teach 4th through 8th grade science, and they're constantly asking me that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, they put a wire in it.
Maybe that's the reason. Yeah.
But are you familiar with Robert Johnston? From
yes. Yes.
Okay. So, the legend is that he was a terrible guitar player, went away for a year, went to the crossroads, sold his soul to the devil, and then he could play his guitar.
Yeah, I've heard the story.
So if you are standing at at the crossroads, what musical thing would you ask the devil for in exchange for your soul? And if that bothers you the way I asked it, just what's that big thing that you're reaching for?
Yeah, I wouldn't sell my soul.
Right.
I'm lazy. You know, when it comes to rehearsing and stuff like that. So I would have some temptations for sure. Well, I'm struggling a bit to play the guitar and sing at the same time. I've been a drummer for more than 20 years, and I'm used to playing the drums and singing at the same time. But yeah, that's the skill I need to improve at. So the making notes that are rhythmically different than the singing notes. That's what I'm after. If
So,
you
so it's almost like playing chess where you have to think ahead because
yeah, you need to think differently in a way when you sing and play the guitar. So
when you're playing
that's
when you're playing the drums, do you sing?
Yeah, I have like been the backing vocals guy for many years.
And do you think singing, playing guitar is harder for you because it's newer, or
Probably yeah, it's new. It's new for me.
Because I feel like there's so much more that you're doing when you're playing drums.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You use every limb, so it's kind of easier with the guitar, but there's more than the rhythm. You know, you need to hit the notes, and when you have different notes, especially when you're playing leads and sing at the same time. So that's where I'm struggling.
Next, I'm going to ask you the official build a scene question. Who is your Dave Grohl? In other words, what artist do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their originals?
Well, in one of my songs, I'm borrowing a lick or two from Led Zeppelin, so I would go up with them and you know, have a chat about borrowing a lick from there, and you know, they've done that.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they did that too.
Yeah, they did that, and I did that from them on purpose. So they're like my big idols. I would go up with, the stage with them for sure.
So this next question you can ask from the perspective of any of the acts that you're involved in. Let me start that over. There's an epidemic or a catastrophic event that happens on Earth and it wipes out most of the humans. There's a handful of people left, and only one song from every artist survives. Which song that you've been involved in writing will be there to help repopulate the Earth?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think it's the song that I referred to just a minute ago. The one that is on my new album, song number 4. It's called. Wait, what is it called? I need to check this as well. Laugh with it, often adore unity. Yeah, the names of the songs they are based on a syntax that I kind of came up with after a dream that I had. So the names are a bit complex, but yeah, that's a song that gives hope after you know, a disasters like death, and yeah, I think there needs to be hope after the apocalypse as well. So
Yeah,
that's the
sure.
song. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a stamp of approval that it's hard to get. I was playing your song, I think it was 2 days ago, under above Orion Venus Loves, and my wife was sitting in the room, and she and I do not have the same taste in music, and she looked at me and she goes, "I really like this." So
Really?
So you don't know how big that is, but that's big.
Okay, I get it. It's hard to please your wife, I know. Mine is she's tricky too.
Well, I'll give you a quick story. We when we met, she listened to country music, and I listened to Kiss and Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses, and and so I slowly weaned her into rock. I started with Beth by Kiss and worked my way up. So I got her to go to some Kiss concerts, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna go with Motley Crue, and it was Kiss and Motley Crue together. And Motley Crue opened, and they started playing. And about halfway through, she looked at me. And she goes, "We're never seeing this band again."
Well, I have to say, I kind of understand that part.
That was the second time I saw them, so clearly I'm okay with seeing them more than once.
Which year was that?
Oh,
I mean, how was Wins?
The tour was called The Tour. I can't remember what year it was. It was probably early 2000s.
Okay.
We saw Kiss with a bunch of bands. Probably the worst cross was, and you wouldn't think, it was Aerosmith and Kiss, and it was just, it was not a good night. Aerosmith was touring on their Honking on Bobo album, the blues album.
Yeah.
And playing with Kiss. So like Kiss opened, they were rotating every night who headlined. Kiss opened and did their fire breathing and pyrotechnics and flying through the air and spitting blood, all the stuff they normally do. And then they leave and they put a big drape across the stage. And then when they drop the drape, it looks like you're looking at Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and they're sitting on stools playing the blues. And then the classic songs that they did play, Joe Perry ended up singing most of them. I think Steven Tyler was sick. And they played maybe 40 minutes, and that was it.
Okay. But, well, everybody has bad nights. Maybe that was.
Oh, listen, if I ever have a chance to see them again, I'm going to go see them again. I mean, I'm not holding it against them at all. But with that said, what is a concert that you went to that you left a little disappointed?
Ooh. Well, there's plenty. Let's say I saw Metallica with kind of high hopes in, let's say, 2010 or 10-ish. And I was really disappointed with Lars Ulrich playing like crap. And
that's kind of been his thing all along, though.
Yeah, I know, but it was the last time I saw Metallica, and well, I want to keep it like that. I saw them in the 90s, and I was a fan when I was a little boy. So yeah, I would have had like to keep the idea that I had as them as a live band. But life goes on.
I don't know if this question applies, but we'll try. In America, we eat a lot of pizza. What is the best pizza or best dish? I'll give you an out that you've eaten because you're a musician. So either on your way to a show, at a show, or after a show.
Oh, we had This is a great story. We were playing a show in Swaziland at the festival, and we booked a little tour in South Africa. And what's the name of the? I need to Google the name of the city. We had a lovely dinner in one of the gig towns, but let me check the name of the town. Yeah, it's Ponta de Oro. I don't know how to say it, but it's a city in Mozambique, and we had a gig there, and this little restaurant that was on the beach, they kind of opened for us because we needed to find a place to get some food after the gig. And yeah, seafood at night
On a beach.
on a beach, on a restaurant that opened just for you and your crew. So that was a night to remember.
Very cool.
Yeah, and that was the perfect surf, and the atmosphere was just magical, and the food as well. We had some seafood and stuff like that.
If you could play with any band, like if your band could go and play with any band in the world, who would you play with, and where would you want to play? What venue?
Ooh. Well, King Crimson, in the, let's say, something legendary. I don't know, Hammersmith, something something like that, and make a live album out of it.
Nice. The first band I ever asked that question. The first band that I ever asked that question, they're called Diesel Beast. They're a metal band out of Denton, Texas. And actually, some questions get names. That one is the Diesel Beast question, because they said that they wanted to play at Stonehenge with Dio, which is, I don't think you can get any more metal than that.
Well, that's good. I get what they're after.
How about let's take a slight break, and you can tell us a little bit about Under Above Orion Venus Loves, and then we'll give it a listen.
Yep.
So you can tell me
that song, it was the first single. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a little bit of lag.
Yeah,
that's okay. Just go ahead and answer it, and when I edit it, I'll clean it up.
Under Above Orion Venus Loves, it was the first single released in March.
Oh, I don't know. I think I might have just lost you. Are you still there?
Okay. How is the connection now?
There's still
some lagging.
Yeah. Don't worry about it though, because when I put it out as the podcast, I can edit all that out. It's a lot of lag.
I'm still here.
And now I think I lost you. Hello?
Any better?
Maybe. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All
How
right.
is the picture?
Yeah, it's better.
It's better. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I changed the Wi-Fi just for safety.
Okay. So you can tell me a story about when you were recording the song, or where this song came from, what influenced you in writing it, or something that's happened on stage when you were playing it. Anything you want to tell me, kind of like MTV used to have the storytellers back in the 90s.
Yeah. Just a sec. I have a good story about that. Okay, yeah. Sorry about the editing and
That's
the
okay.
lag. Yeah. So, under Above Orion Venus Loves, that was the first single from my album, and that's probably the most meaningful song for me. Uh, it's full of like sadness, but there's still some hope in it, and I kind of had the verse parts of the song, and then I kind of was waiting for the chorus to happen, and uh, one night I wrote this whole album last summer, and one night I just picked up a guitar, and the moon was shining, and the atmosphere was like correct, and the chorus just came. I first came up with the title block of that song, and then it involved into the whole chorus. And yeah, that song is really personal. It tells a story about uh, an illness that my loved one has had, and she's struggling still with that, and there's a lot of feel into that song, and you can probably hear it in the chorus, and it ended up being very powerful, and yeah, I'm happy with the results. It's me kind of you know uh, putting it in words, the whole feeling.
Putting on paper how you feel.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a moment. We're gonna listen to "Under Above Orion Venus Loves" by Jussi. Well, I told you I was gonna mess it up.
Yeah,
Voila.
voila. Yeah, that's it.
And we will be right back. For those of you that are listening live on YouTube or Facebook, you don't get to hear the song right now, but it will appear on buildascene.com on the 1st of June with the podcast. And if you look right below me in the video, his website address is there. So you can always go track him down there, which I'm going to ask him about later. I try not to point because I never point the direction I want to.
I see what you mean.
With that said, we're going to come back in as if we were just listening to the song. I'm going to ask probably 2 more questions, and then I'm going to let him go off into the evening. Okay, that was Under Above Orion Venus Loves. That's a mouthful for me. I've like stressed it different word each time I've said it.
Yeah, I know. They are a bit handful. The names come up with this kind of syntax and system, so they're long, and but the easy part is they all have 5 words and 5 letters on each.
Oh, I picked up on the 5 word thing, but not the 5 letters.
Yeah.
That's pretty
There's a
cool.
system.
It's what's that called? Pentatomic meter. It's what Shakespeare wrote in, which is
Kind of, yeah.
yeah.
Some.
All right, so the last two questions I have for you are a little easier. What's coming up next for you? Do you have shows coming up? Are you recording more? What do you want to tell the listeners about?
Yeah, I just released was it 2 days ago or something, the third video of the open track on the album, and that's in Finnish, Vapaa Uljas Onnen Lapsi Aamun, and it's got a nice psychedelic little video that's based on the material that we shot in the recording of the album, and yeah, there you can see what really happened in the studio. That's new, and I just released a physical copy of the album as a CCAS. I'm a real fan of those, and yeah, you can order that from Levykauppa X. I'll add it to my website very soon, and they like post it globally. So that's new thing, and yeah, we have some more gigs coming up. We had our first gig week ago here in Finland, and more is coming up.
Cool. And I'm assuming that those will be posted on the website as well.
Yeah.
Because of XRP Radio, I'm finding I have a lot more European fans than I used to. So maybe someone will end up coming to visit you in Finland, or maybe you end up visiting them in Scotland.
Yeah, that's the aim.
So you mentioned the website. It's your last name, VUO,
yeah.
period,
VUO.
LA.
Yeah, just put the period in the right spot and you'll find it.
Where else can people find you online, and where can they purchase your music?
I'm on, well, all the links you can find on the website, but I'm on Bandcamp, of course, Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, on the Facebook actually. No, in the Bandcamp site you can buy the digital copy of the album, and all the proceeds of the album go to the victims of the Ukrainian war through
that's awesome.
Via UNICEF Finland. So that's if you buy it, you help.
Very cool. I will make sure that I link directly to that and mention that in the show notes too. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me this evening.
Thank you. Thank you for having
78. And you know, anytime you have new music you want to send my way, let Michael know and we can get it added to the playlist.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Excellent.
So this show, 3 Questions a Song, is released on the 1st and 15th of each month. I mentioned the Pennsylvania Rock Show earlier. That is every Friday. And then Friendly Fire is usually one Saturday per month, usually towards the end of the month. That one floats because there's 4 different hosts, and I have a terrible schedule and we have to work around it. So it's usually me that sets what day it is. But that happens to be today. So if anybody's checking out this video, we will be live doing that show in about a half hour. You can go to xrpradio.co.uk to check that out. Don't forget to go to VUO.LA to check out UC's new album. And I'm not going to attempt to say that. How do you say the name of the album?
Alouv.
Alouv. Okay. I probably would have said Alouv.
Yeah, that's okay too. It's I like the name. It's like unique, and it has love in it, and it has alive, and it's something in between.
Cool. Yeah. All right, well, thank you again for hanging out with me, and I I'm gonna head off and get ready for the next show.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And yeah, sorry for the bad connection. I don't know what happened.
Not a problem.